All right, thanks, Adam. Well, what can you do if your kid's being bullied at school, and what can you do if your kid is the bully?
Social skills teacher Corinne Gregory answers those questions and more in a very important segment for parents coming up next.
I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you.
Welcome back to the Fog. 9:15 here on Q13 Fox News this morning. October is National Bullying Prevention Month, so what's the best way to teach your kids to be kind to one another?
Well, we have an expert with us right now. Corinne Gregory is with socialsmarts.com, and her group focuses on ending bullying and building optimal learning environments by teaching social skills. This is such a huge issue for parents. Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here. We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do. Now, Corinne, let's go ahead and set a baseline right here. We were just talking about this during the break. Social media makes this just even worse than what a problem it already is. You travel the country. What do you see? How bad is it?
I would say it's not an understatement to say it's an epidemic. And not just the social media bullying, but bullying in general. Our kids today have a 1 in 4 chance of being victims of some form of school-based violence before they're even in high school. You know, and then you have these issues going on with the teen stabbing, and you see everything from cruelty, disrespect, all the way through violence and bullycide, and everything in between. It's very bad.
And you mentioned right before we did this segment as well, you said that we keep talking about how things have changed, and there's cyberbullying now, but we can't just treat cyberbullying that it's still coming from the same source. What do you mean by that?
Absolutely. Well, let me give you an analogy. A calculator is no good to you if you don't know how to do math, and the social media, the Facebook type of bullying, the technology bullying, cyberbullying, is just another manifestation of the same underlying problem. It's another tool. It's another way to do destructive damage to people.
All right.
Absolutely.
What about parents? They've got to play a role in this somehow. What is your thought on that?
Well, it's a big challenge for parents because so often you don't know if it really is going on, what's going on. Your children are reluctant to share when something is happening potentially. So the best thing that parents can do is help build your child's resilience, their understanding of what could be the problem, but also work on it from the perspective of this is just not how we treat one another. And so when they are actually then bullied, they can understand that, wait a minute, this is wrong, and they can hopefully take appropriate steps.
Preventative, start way early.
Oh,
not anti, as you were saying.
No, there's a huge difference between anti-bullying and what we like to refer to as pro-social skills. You can't just assume that you're going to deal with the problem once you have the problem, but yet that tends to be the way we are. We have a Band-Aid mentality where, gosh, you know, an incident comes out or we see bullying in our schools, gosh, we must do an assembly or we must have a program. But it starts so much earlier. A kid with poor social skills is the one who ends up as a bully, but the poor social skills comes all the way down to disrespect and just plain poor social skills much earlier in the spectrum.
Is there a gray area here? Because I find that whenever I talk with adults now, everyone I speak with feels like they were bullied. We all talk about it, and I wonder sometimes if there are some of us who were bullied that maybe were considered a bully. I mean, do the roles ever change? Are there people who start out being bullied and then they come back and decide to be a bully themselves? Are you seeing a lot of that?
Absolutely. In fact, if you think about it, bullying is nothing more than a struggle for power. And you really have to consider it that way. It's the idea of being a zero-sum game where in order for me to be a bigger deal and keep my position, I have to make somebody else less. And how do they do that then if they themselves are bullied? Well, they find somebody else potentially to pick on. It's not a tried and true. There isn't a direct cause-effect relationship. But that does happen quite often, yes.
But what, you know, flip side now, what if your kid is the bully?
Well, the first thing I want to encourage parents to understand is don't get defensive, because it doesn't necessarily mean your kid is a bad kid.
It's usually the parents are the last to know.
Exactly.
True.
Or when it's reported, not my kid.
Not my kid.
Exactly.
Right.
Or they were provoked. That's one that I hear too.
So what's the message to parents then?
The message is to, you know, consider it as a warning sign. Consider it as something that may be an issue that your child doesn't even know what bullying truly is, and work with the people involved, you know, your students, your educators, other kids. Work with it to solve the problem for everybody's sake, not just your child's sake.
So let's switch gears for a moment here. We've touched on it briefly, but obviously everyone's talking about this just horrific story at Snohomish High School. We have a 10th grader up on attempted murder charges and allegedly stabbed 2 schoolmates. People are saying that it was random. What is your take on this situation?
Oh, you know, it's early days, so it's very hard and the information is only coming out. The fact is this is a troubled student who did this. I mean, the details we see already, we know that this was a troubled student. Whether it was random that she just sought out 2 people who happened to be in a bathroom or hapless victims, or if it was premeditated, we don't know that yet. But we do know that there is some, you know, this is a severely disturbed young lady who needs help, really. And there were warning signs. And I think, anytime you see somebody threatening, nowadays you've got to take it seriously because you just don't know.
What are those warning signs? Because teens and everyone who's ever been a teen, they are some of the most challenging years.
Oh, yeah.
It's so difficult. Your moods are up and down. How do you tell if it's just, oh, they're just being a kid versus, okay, it really is time to take this seriously?
Honestly, I think nowadays, anytime somebody makes a threat or repeated threats, and that sound very concrete, you've got to take that seriously, whether they're not joking. And usually what it is they're giving an opportunity for somebody else to step in. If they didn't want somebody to step in, they wouldn't say it. And so that is a warning sign right there. That's not random. That is, if my daughter came to me and said, I'm thinking about killing somebody, or I'm going to go take a gun to school, I don't care how good she seems to have been beforehand, I would take it seriously.
All right. Corinne Gregory, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Talking about such an awful issue that is really affecting a lot of kids in
But
school
it is
and
solvable.
parents as well. That's right.
It is solvable. We just have to commit to it.
Well, for more information on fighting bullying and teaching your kids social skills, check out socialsmarts.com.